What's up, honey love? What's up, girl? What's up, love, honey love? I see you. What you doing, Red Sonya? What's up, Sonya? Fat Mama Sonya. What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Fat Mama Sonya? What's up, Mayday? Lord Mayday. What's up, boy? What's up, Lord Mayday? What's up, my boy Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? It's my big boy, Doc. What you say? All right. Welcome back to another week, another episode of Game Dog Talk. And of course, we got the legendary panel in the building. So far, we have the legendary schoolboy, Mr. Richard Garcia. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Good. Welcome everybody to the channel and to the chat, and welcome to the panel.
Yes, sir. And we have the legendary Bakary, only in American Kennels. How you doing today, sir?
Peace and love to my dear brothers on the panel and the chat room as well.
Bach. That's my man Bach right there.
Yes, sir.
Same there, brother. Same there, brother.
Let me do a quick roll call, see who we got in the building thus far. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the building, get the likes up. Death Valley Kennel, salute. J-Dog York, Mob Ties, Hugo, ODG Bulldogs, The Ghost, Arrowhead Kennels, Gregorius Bulldogs. I hope I said your name right, family. Salute to you. Guts and Glory, AJ, Arrowhead Kennels, Main Event Mark, salute family. Let's see. Woodall. We got Jordan Bogan, Dead Game Boxing, salute to you. We have Keith. Keith in the super chat, appreciate the love. Much love and much appreciation.
Hey, everybody, say hi to School Baby here.
Hey, how you doing, sister?
School baby. All right,
Sorry.
school.
Sorry. Yeah, she's a good girl.
We got Young World. We got William Torres. Love for the Bulldogs in the building. Emmanuel Goss. Umar. Martinez Game Dogs. Bob Otto. Walnut PA. Hermes teacher. Did I say it right this time?
You got it.
All right.
Finally. Only took you 72 weeks, brother.
Right.
Yes, sir. Hermes teacher. Got you now. Right. SBC Kennels in the building. Let's see here. Dreadlock. Hemi James. Damon Johnson. Let's see here. Jaquan Parker. Let's see. Big Boy. And salute to Vernon Starr. Salute to your family. Appreciate the love. Everybody in the building. Smash that like button as y'all enter the building, man. All right, Brother Bach, how was your week been, brother?
Oh, brother, the weekend's been lovely right now. No complaints, brother.
Okay, good. Did y'all didn't have no effects of that storm that was going through and everything?
We had a little part of the storm. Yeah, we had a little bit of the storm, brother. It didn't really catch us on the end. It hit pretty much the southern part of our place, Nicaragua, and then ran off to Honduras a little bit. But other than that, we just got a little bit of flood, but we good. Thanks for asking.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Garcia, how was your week?
Good. Busy. The way I like it. Yeah.
Mr. Garcia been putting out a lot of good content, man.
Yes, he has.
You better get over there and subscribe, man, because I'll be like glued to. I'll be like, man, I always got some good dog talk to listen to. You know what I mean? Go over there and check it out, man. Good stories, good knowledge.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and thanks for everybody for subscribing and all your support, man. It's been fun. I got a bunch coming up, man. Never ending.
It's damn sure ain't.
Sir, Bank Statement Kennels. What's up, Bank Statement? Salute to you in the building. All right. So we got some good questions here for the week. The people asked, and we're gonna start with the first one. let's get up here. It says, in the past, how did you balance securing the purse versus saving the dog? I'll start with you, Brother Bob.
Well, other than that one hiccup, well, when we went out to California in '90, we didn't really have I didn't have to need no aftercare. So the bag was already, pretty much secure pretty early.
Right. Okay. What about you, Mr. Garcia?
Well, everybody says it, but a lot of times people don't do it, and what's on their mind is that money rather than the dog, and most of the time, like Box said, if you at the top level, even if you're going in the top level, a lot of times they don't go that long anyways, especially if you have a real good one. Even if you're going into somebody good, a lot of times they didn't last that long. The aftercare was minimal, but when it comes down to the wire, or it comes down to get down to the close and all that, when I knew, because when you're not going to win, that's the time to end it,
Right.
And some people, like Bobby, they never ended it. He did it one time with Bad Billy, and he never stopped it after that. He let it play out till however it played out. You lose a little bit of respect. And me and Bobby was friends. We were competitive, but we were friends too. I just don't like that aspect of it. Right. There's no point to it. It's not going to help you. It's very rare when a dog that's finishing you is just going to get up and walk away. That you see that in a dog before it happens too. You can tell when your dog's going to walk away. Correct. Or quit on top or something like that, or you already know it before you go in there. You just banking on his ability is going to win the day for you. I don't like that attitude of, you just leave them down and don't pick up. But the money, if the money is that important, then, you're going to lose dogs, and, you're not really in it for the dogs, Because if it's a good dog, if it's a game dog and you pick them up, you can make more. If you lose them, you can't make no more, at least from that dog, And if you do that over and over again, which has happened with people, is they end up losing their blood, losing their dogs. They don't have nothing because they let everything pass away, So for me, that's what it was. When I knew I wasn't going to win, I just ended. There's no shame in that. Show your dog game. If the dog's going to quit, you know that too. You just let it play out till that point, and then they quit, and it's over. Same thing with the other side. There's a point where you can tell pretty much 99.9% of the time who's going to win. And the dogs themselves know that way before we do. They know which one's going to give up and which one ain't,
Right.
And so for me, that's what it is, The money shouldn't be that important. If you can't afford to lose it, don't bet it.
Yes, sir.
And let me answer that. I apologize. I took the question wrong, meaning like it was a personal one instead of just a generalized question. Okay, and in regards to what Brother Garcia said, if with me now, I'm a little different. I mean, now back then I was definitely super hard on my dogs, but at the same time, I never really liked having a whole bunch of dogs. That way I always had time to spend with them. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to go for my dogs over the bread. You know what I mean? Because money, they burn and print that shit up every day. It's hard to get good dogs at that time. I mean, I don't know what's going on today, but I'm saying at that time, or any time probably with dogs, it's not a whole bunch. I don't give a damn how many dogs a person got on their yard. To sit up there and claim to have a whole bunch of good ones would be full of shit. So to get something that you done raised and schooled and go with, you got to bond with that damn dog. So it's just I really didn't give a damn if it came to that. Just like I said, when I had to, even myself, knew that it wasn't no way that I could come back, I wanted to, you know, pick mine up, you know, died anyway, but I tried to save it, you know what I'm saying? So some people say they don't love their dogs. I really can't get that concept at all, because I don't even know how a person that don't love their dogs expect the damn dogs to do what they want the damn dog to do to the end. You
Right.
know, I mean, it made no sense to me. If that dog felt like they was there by themselves and they didn't have a sure enough partner with them, you know, I mean, it wasn't enough for them to continue on after they get to a point where they just felt, you know, they didn't want to do no more. It wasn't like that person can say, all right, come on, so and so, let's go, because they didn't have that love for that person. You know what I mean? So the dogs know, you know what I mean, and their senses is a lot better than ours. So no, I gave a damn about the purse. It just luckily I didn't have that happen a lot to me where I had to lose the purse, but I mean, I wouldn't care. And that's another thing. Like back then, I always told people, I'm betting my own money. So can't nobody sit there saying, oh, I'm in with you, and then want to try to make decisions in case I had to come to that point. And they like, damn, that don't pick up because we got our money. Damn your money. You can bet yours on the side, but that I make all decisions on my dogs. I pick up, it's my money I lost or whatever. I don't want to hear nothing about you got nothing in it. You know what I'm saying? So no, I always taking the dog over the bag anytime with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Timothy Wilson in the super chat. Appreciate the support, family. Thank you very much. Keith Slidoff in the super chat. Appreciate the love. Thank you very much for the support.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the support.
Much love. Much love.
And we got here, let's see. The next question is, back in the day, could a newcomer with limited medical knowledge do justice with his dogs through competition? Or how did he connect with vet knowledge, Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, you know, even today, whether it's today, you know, like hunters, you know, hog hunters, they need some quite a bit of vet knowledge too. You know, I have like one book. It's basic, like home treatments. You know, it covers a lot of different stuff, even how to sew up a dog and stuff like that. You can get the Merc manual. It's a hard read. You know, it's for upper educated people, but that doesn't mean a regular person can't understand what it's saying. It's really involved. That'll help. Most of the people that I knew, some of them were vet techs, and then they trained other people how to do stuff. Some of them back then, the way things were, you could get a lot of information from your veterinarian himself. You know, they probably wouldn't do it today because there's ramifications for it. But most of the people I know, you know, learn from vet techs, and a lot of people just learn by watching. You know, if you went to enough shows, you could see how they do stuff. You ask them what they're using, how much they're using. You know, people are, you know, even though people don't like to give a lot of information sometimes, vet techs, because of their work, or veterinarians because of their work, they'll share some information because their thought is on the care of the animal. You know, they're into saving animals. So rather than keep that information, they don't want to share it. They'll share it because it might help you save your animal. Right. That's how a lot of people got in with vet techs, you know, and some of the best were trained that way that I knew. You know, you can watch and ask. You know, it's basically, you know, when after a hard show like that, or if a dog needs saving, they're in shock, they're dehydrated, or they're overheated. So the best thing to do was to keep them stable and get their temperature right. If they're cold, you bring their temperature up. If they're overheated, you got to bring their temperature down. That's first and foremost. Keeping them stable helps because you're not moving around, jerking them around and stuff. You know, just like someone who gets in a car accident. You know, they might be banged up. You know, so they're going to require some medicine, but mostly, you know, they keep them stable in the bed. They hook an IV up with ringers, give them a little bit of this or that. You know, it's not like surgery involved, or, you know, you might get wrapped up or something like that. It's kind of the same with the dog. You got to keep them stable. And then, you know, the basics are, you know, solo delta cortef, or they give Dex afterwards, or some people use Lasix because you want their kidneys to start working, you know, just little things you pick up, you know. And we just did, you know, I didn't have a lot of that. That's why I paid people to and they were vet techs that were dog people to work on my dogs. I invited them to the show, pay them, and they take care of my dogs afterwards. I could do basic stuff, but I didn't have access to the medicines that you know that were needed for the aftercare for a dog. It's probably in later years it was probably easier because a lot of that stuff you can get online, you know, or you can get it through other methods. You know, a lot of people get stuff from Mexico or Canada or stuff like that. But where I live, that stuff wasn't available. It was highly protected and, you know, monitored and all that. But it's just a matter of, you know, getting as much information as you can, reading about it, then getting with someone that knows it and learning from them, you know.
Right. Yes, sir. Welcome down.
One more thing in Mexico is a lot of times they have a vet right there. You know, they pay a vet to be at the shows, you know, back then anyways. And you just pay them to take care of your dogs and they'll do it. They're available on site, you know, which that's a plus, you know.
Yes, sir. Ram, you there, bro?
Yes, sir.
There he is.
What's going on, Ram?
Salute, OG. What up, 7-8?
Man, chilling, man. I'm gonna take that question to
Walk
you.
them down, Ram.
Says back in the day, could a newcomer with limited medical knowledge do justice with his dog through competition, or how did he connect with the vet knowledge?
Oh, well, shit. Like OG was just saying, you go to enough shows and you'll see the aftercare and just, you know, look around, ask, you know, what's this, that, and that. Or, like, I went to vet tech school, so I learned a lot of shit there. But before, you know, most of the time I just got that shit out the Maverick book. And just, it's kind of weird to read if you don't know all the terminology, but you study it enough, you'll look up what all them definitions of the different words mean and shit, and you'll educate yourself that way. But most of the time, no, just look and learn, you know, do less talking and way more listening. You know, after you ask your question, just fucking pay attention. Because the motherfuckers who know what they doing, do it fast, you know. I ain't seen motherfuckers put sutras in a dog under 5 minutes. You got 30 stitches in them, you know, IV hooked up, all that. Just, you know, just pay attention. And with the IV, I say, make sure it's at least room temperature before you fucking put it in a dog, because he'll go into shock if it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there'd be guys, you know, when it gets towards the end of the show, you know, they would be sitting at ringside and they'd have the bag under their belly,
arm,
under their arm or under their belly, under their shirt, you know, warming it up.
Hell yeah.
In anticipation of working on them afterwards. So it's like Ram said, at least room temperature. You know?
Hell yeah, because I done seen them go in the shock like a fish when you just drop them in the fish tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit'll kill your dog.
Yeah, it will.
He said like a fish in the fish. You know, I did that shit when I was younger. I had a damn fish. I had a fish in my tank. Goldfish got too big for the tank. And I said, well, I'm gonna do something nice. I'm gonna free them up. I'm gonna put them in the pond and shit outside. Put that motherfucker in the pond and that motherfucker stood.
Hell yeah, he did the race, shot back and forth real quick and just turned up, belly up.
It's over, man. Fuck them up.
The same shit happen with your dog though. If you put that cold IV in them, you know. So always be mindful of that. And that's what anything a dog might need an IV for. You can have to be out there hunting, you know, and you can get cut, lose a lot of blood, just anything. Yeah. Just always remember that.
Yeah. Because you gotta keep it cold. Some stuff you gotta keep it cold to preserve it, right?
Yep.
So you just
like I keep mine in the refrigerator, but you know, if I know I'm gonna need them, I'm taking them out.
You take them out and then you warm it up and use it.
Yes, sir. Brother Bach, what's your take on that?
Same thing the brother just said. I mean, it's just, and I'm gonna say this. Even like I'm gonna go back still to that trip in Cali. I came up there with a guy who claimed he knew a lot of shit, didn't know nothing, and it cost me a damn good dog. After that, I just made sure that like Brother Garcia said, I just started getting somebody that I know was good at aftercare, and I just took them with me, and and that way I wasn't going to have to sit there and worry about what I didn't know, because like Ram said, you have to look. I really never had that in me to be a doctor, so that part of looking at all, I didn't feel like I had the patience, so I always would just pay somebody. Now, if you wanted to learn those things, I'm sure the more you know, the better. But to get somebody who I know, if we got to do open heart, whatever out there joint at that time, I had a person that could have done it after I, so I mean, you can't never, what I learned, you can never really take anything for granted that you coming back with yours that day attached. Everything there and everything's fine. No, you got to make sure that you planning for the worst, and anything from the worst is coming back good. So it's always good to have somebody knowledgeable in medicines and aftercare, you know what I'm saying, so that they can save, your animal, whether you want it bag or not. That's irrelevant. You want to save a good dog, you want to bring that dog back home, so yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Body Bag Kennels in a super chat. Appreciate the support. Says, have any of you guys seen Grand Champion We Hunt in person? That's my first time hearing about him. Anybody on the panel know anything about that dog?
I used the We Hunt blood, but I never seen him.
Yeah, I never seen him, but I seen a daughter of his, and in
Awesome
fact, I was looking at some peds. The dog actually belonged to a friend of mine, and I was looking at some peds, and I noticed that same bitch is in Box Pedigree. Her name's Joni, right? Irish Jerry's Joni.
Yep.
She lost. She lost a long match, man, 205 or something like that. And I have pictures of her afterwards. I got them stuck away somewhere. But that's the only We Hunt stuff I was familiar with. He was the first. I think it was the first breeding of Honey Bunch. It was bred to Irish Jerry's. Damn it, I forgot. Anyways, it was Honey Bunch's first breeding. He was her first grand champion. There was grand champion We Hunt in that litter, champion Bully Bob.
Yep.
He goes back to a lot of COLBY stuff. I think COLBY or DIBO, I forget. Anyways, them dogs they're like white and black patched, and man, that was some good stuff.
Super rough.
Yeah.
Super rough.
Yeah.
Talented.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you, Brother Buck? What's your take on that?
Yeah, the same thing. I never got a chance to see him, but I mean, I run the blood. Is what created the Quincy dog. So they took Holcomb Janey from Irish Jerry's Holcomb Janey.
Janey, that's it.
Right, Janey, off of the We Hunt stuff. And they took that, to Paladin, took it back to Paladin, is what created the line that I have since the 80s. And that We Hunt is some bad stuff, And then I seen We Hunt with some other guys that had it, and they had similar traits that we had. So, yeah, that We Hunt is some really, really good. They're not just rough; they were, they had bottom too. Very talented finishers.
Yeah. Trim Moody, that's what it is.
Trim Moody, right? Trim Moody.
Jerry's Trim Moody. He was only bred once or twice because he got in a kettle accident. He got his privates tore up, so there's not that much off of him, And then We Hunt was bred. He won in, he had broken teeth most of his career. He beat the Divines, I think, in 5 minutes. He had over an hour a couple of times, and then he got killed in a yard accident. So there wasn't a lot of it, but what there was of it was good stuff, you know.
Honey Bunch to Moody.
Yeah, Trim Moody.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Goes back to that Orday stuff.
That's some good stuff there. That's some,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was her Honey Bunch first litter. Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Damn, she threw a grand champ her first litter.
Yep, 6-time winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a thing going on online or some shit. They got the information wrong. I think they're mixing up B-Hunt with Rascal, because they said he lost his first match when he was 16 months old. He quit, so they're questioning how can he be a grand champion. And it just struck me that just struck me as they're getting him mixed up with Rascal, because they kind of look similar, you know. Rascal's black,
right,
with some white on him, you know. And then Hunt's back. I think they just got the dogs mixed up. He never lost, and he damn sure didn't quit. He had to show a heart in a few of his matches because he didn't have no teeth, you know. He matched him like that with broken teeth all the time, you know. So I think it's just a typo, man, or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, people they mix up stuff over time and shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Brown Sugar Tay Tay? Salute to you in the building, sister.
Tay Tay.
Salute Tay Tay. What up, Bank? Paris, I see y'all in there. Salute, fellas. What up, Mark? Yes, Mark was at that fight last night with the homies, boy. He's living it up.
Good to see Mark out there enjoying himself, man.
Hell yeah. Looking like an extra off Saturday Night Fever.
Yes, sir. We got next question. How can you breed to get a small litter of 3 or 4 pups, basically less than 5? Is it a way of breeding to get a small litter?
Hell yeah. Get a dog from Thompson. That nigga only got 3 pups to litter. I've been on the list trying to get one. That nigga only put out 3 a shot.
Hey, that's who we need to get on here, Thompson. Thompson, I don't know how he be doing that shit. Thompson always got just enough for himself. He might have 1 for sale. Hey, yeah, she only had 4. She only had 3, man. I'm like,
consistently. Shit. I've been on the list to get one like 3 years. Like, god damn.
I've been on the list for like 5. Trying to get one of the motherfuckers.
It ain't no way that man know what he's doing to do that. He just it's coming out that way. He can't go in there and just say this amount of pups. Hell no.
What about stick? Well, I'm gonna ask y'all because I had that question too. Does it affect? Does how many times you let the dog stick affect it at all? Because every time I have puppies, like I always let my male like have his way. He might stick 3 or 4 times, and I always have a stupid amount of puppies. And people be like, man, how you get that many puppies? Like I have like 11, 12. You know, a few of them die, but you know, I always have a lot of them motherfuckers. You know, but what's your take on that, Brother Bach?
I just told you, I think it's full of shit. So somebody can somebody can come up here with some bullshit and try telling me you can just do this. I bred a dog, had 16 fucking puppies, and bred his ass. He had 4 puppies out of 2 different bitches afterwards. So how the fuck do you explain that? I stuck them 3 times, both the bitches, and I don't give a fuck about it. The ovulations, I did them. I did all of them, progesterone tests, all that shit. So we did all that same with and even repeat done it to the same bitch and didn't get the same. So there's no way of saying how many puppies are coming out. We don't know that. Just like I can't nobody tell you what gender is coming out of the motherfucker. Anybody claiming this shit, please take your hocus pocus ass to fuck on, because that's bullshit.
Now the only time I do see it is when, like, you know, some bitches don't just have a lot of puppies. They don't produce a lot of eggs and shit.
Well, that could be the bitch though. I'm just saying, but just to say that, how is the question was, how do we consistently be able to make breeds with just a few puppies? And I'm like, how are we gonna know when a male and a female doing a thing? Only thing you could do is say, well, this bitch don't normally have, but or this, that, and other. But that's a consistent of that particular dog, maybe. But in terms of just you did something to make
hell no. Because I'm a 1 stick rule motherfucker. Because I only want a small litter in. That shit don't work either. I did that shit and bitch had 13 pups off one stick. Did it again, different bitch to fucking the whole different male. Same shit. Bitch had 9 pups. Like, what the fuck? I only wanted a couple.
Right.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stories going around. Even doing AI, you know, I did AI. I had litters where I had 2 pups, 4 pups. But the last breeding I did, I hit the bitch one time with 3 cc's of sperm and got 11 pups. So
Right.
I'm like with Bob, they ain't no.
And then you could turn
that kind
around,
of shit now.
You could turn around, Richard, and breed a hell of a young male and stick them 4 good times every other day and get 1 fucking puppy.
Get 1 damn puppy. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, there's no
I would love to get I would, for my good dogs, these dogs I got now, I would love to get a litter with 3 pups.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
I would love that shit, because then I ain't got to worry about selling. I ain't got to worry about my shit being all over. I can just place them where I need to place them, and we good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. I would love that shit. I mean, but if, you know, good having a big litter is good when you're trying to sell them motherfuckers, though. That's good. You know, push the motherfuckers up out there. But
or if you're trying to build your yard, then yeah, that's good too. You know, the more the merrier. Then you could pick. You know, got a wider variety to select through to start your yard. But if you're already in the game and shit, man, them fucking big ass litters be like, God damn.
the big litters, man. Like I said, I always have big litters. Like I'm talking about 11 plus. Always, never had a litter less than 11 pups. You know, but usually 2 of them will pass. You know, if I have like 13, she have like 13 or 14 pups, a few of them will pass because, you know, it's just too many puppies. But, you know, my wife and daughters, they always go after the weaklings and shit. They go after the fucking runts and try to, oh, this is my friend. I'm like, man, fuck him. He ain't gonna his genetics is all fucked up. You know what I mean? This fat boy right here, he gonna be the one. You know, fuck that little dude, you know. They always baby him and shit, you know. But the little runts be feisty, though. I like them, though.
Yeah.
They might turn out to be feisty for you sometime.
Yeah.
Amasaya, I hope I pronounced your name right, family. In the super chat, appreciate the love. Says, historically speaking, have anybody on the panel seen or have any experience with the heavy 6-bitch dogs, heavy Bodru, Boz dogs, down from Jerry Clemens? I love them dogs. But anybody any experience with those dogs, Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, I had a little bit of that stuff. And one of my bitches, it was crossed to some Fat Bill shit, and she was pretty good, kind of man aggressive, you know. But she was pretty good. I had some other shit. It wasn't from Clemens though. That was heavy on the bowl shit from Old Man Backwoods back in the day. And then was some real life Bowls dogs from, you know, the brindle pattern to the hard mouth and fast and all the shit you read about Bowls, all the attributes he had, you know. But other than that, you know, that's all I got on it. You don't see a lot of that shit around too much.
Yeah. Bram, you remember that bitch I had, Coco?
Yep.
Yeah, she was off of that. She was heavy Clemens blood and shit. She was just she was a good mom and shit, real good mom. She just was too smart for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say she was too smart. I wasn't prepared to have her when I had her.
The old escape artist.
Escape artist like a motherfucker, man. That bitch would get out of anything, and she wouldn't even leave the yard. She would just escape and sit on the porch, just chilling. Like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold me down, you know? Like, what the fuck is this? She literally ate a hole through the garage and came off the fucking siding. came out this motherfucker. And
yeah, you was big mad at that, boy.
Man, I was mad as a motherfucker, bro. Like, what the fuck? You fucking crazy bitch. You put her in the kennel, she'll break her teeth getting out of that motherfucker. She'll find a way to get out. She'll climb out, whatever. You gotta really
secure that bitch.
You got to absolutely secure her. But she was some heavy Clemens stuff. Well, good dog though, real good dog.
Yeah. She brought the value down in your house, man.
Yeah, she did, man. She did. And you know what I did?
Holes all over the motherfucker, holes in the roof, holes on the side. Fucking hillbilly home.
The worst part about it, Mr. Garcia, is I was so frustrated with her that I gave her to one of my homeboys for a couple $, and because he had similar blood, he had some Eli blood over there, and he fucking, you know, he made her into, you know, something very good.
Got her a title.
Yeah, he made her into something very good. And I'm pissed. I'm like, man, what the fuck did I just do? Like, what the fuck did I just do? Gave her fuck away for some chump change, and now she out here, you know.
Doing good.
Yeah.
It'd have been funny if she'd have broke out of his house and come and sat on your porch.
Right.
Hell yeah. He thought you stole his dog.
Yeah.
Now,
he did think I stole it one time when she got loose. Yeah, he came.
Yeah, you was telling me that.
Right. Yeah, he thought because I told him, I warned him that she's an escape artist. He thought I was exaggerating. So he put her outside in some bullshit fucking kennel, like those shits you get from Walmart or something, and she's gone. So he come to my house, you know, he acting all funny. He got a pistol and shit, you know. Hey man, well, you know, it's my boy, but he kind of, you know, he don't know if I fucked him or not. So I said, bro, look here. You know, he didn't pull the gun out. I mean, otherwise it'd been a problem. But I knew he had one. I saw it in his shirt. So I just let him know, like, look, bro, I told you the bitch was an escape artist. You know what I'm saying? Woo. But end up, one of the neighbors down the street had her. She was playing with some kids down the street. You know what I'm saying? You know, the kids took her and put them in their basement. She real good with people, but, ooh, boy, she's something special. Brother Bach, any experience with that Clemens Blood, heavy bars, or the 6-bit stuff?
I didn't have a whole. I dealt more with the nigga Toby side of it, with some Eli. You know, I'm always been a Carver Eli guy, but a lot of my buddies mess with the 6-bit stuff. I tell you, it's funny. I was calling Jerry. I called Jerry up back then. You know, we used to talk regularly, and I was telling him that, you know, like some things I was looking for. So I was like, yeah, well, you know, JD got it, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's Elliot. So I was like, okay, well, give me his number. I'm going to give him a call. He said, well, Bach, I don't know if you want to call him. I said, why you say that? He said, well, you know, he's like from the older guys. Some of the older guys, man, still with that racist stuff. I said, oh, no, he going to know me, man. Let me get the number, man. Shit, I'm trying to get some, you know. And I called, I said, hey, JD, this is Bach. Man, I don't goddamn talk to no niggers, and hung up on me. I said, well, fuck him and his dogs. So I ain't gave a fuck about none of the 6-bit, none of the shit he had afterwards. You know what I mean?
Ain't mad at that at all.
Yep.
All right, let's get down to it. Let's see here. Back in the day, how did a poor man starting out get his dogs into good competition shows? Example, historically speaking, I had a very promising dog, but didn't get him in a show because everyone wants to have big bets. Okay, Brother Bach, what's your take on that?
Hold on, I'm sorry, bro. Can you repeat?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get his full message. What he's asking.
Okay, he's asking. Back in the day, how did a poor man getting started off in the dogs, who with limited money resources, how did he get into these big shows when the guys he was running into wanted big bets and he didn't have it?
Okay. Well, first of all, if I can give a shout out to Going Hard Kennels and Fat Bill in the chat.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? I want to give it love to the brothers there. First of all, back in the day, man, it you know, when you say at a big, you can come to a big convention and your match be for $500, bro. Like all of that shit about you needed a whole lot of money. The best dogs that was going probably the highest 2,500, $5,000. You know what I mean? Like that was doing it. I mean, you was going further than that, then you were just, but most of the people, as they say, they was working men. It wasn't a whole lot of drug dealers back then. Okay. You had just regular people coming with $300. And I know I'm not, Richard, I ain't lying. You done seen some of the best matches you ever seen for $300. I guarantee.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, hell, my first match, I wanted to go heavy. Then we went into the Gusto boys. Fucking match was for $350. But we brought a $100,000 dog. you know, but it was going into the guy in the competition, you know, but it was $300 for the match. Shit. And you know, that's why when you hear people talk about, oh man, the keep gonna cost me $1,500, I mean, get the fuck out of it. What costs $1,500? Really? Fat Bill's on here. Fat Bill put a joint up back in the day, $100 keep. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, but far as big matches, shit, man, you didn't have to have no whole lot of fucking money. Most of the dudes, like I say, was working dudes, man. So you get 1,000, 1,500, 700, and I'm talking about you going against legendary dogmen, okay, for that. All right. So you could have got in with, I mean, most of the guys was, you know what I mean, didn't have that much money that was in it. When you start talking about people with money, you start talking about the people like Ken Allens and some Tito's, some Steve. You know, I know who they are, you know, but there's not a whole bunch of them, you know, who was going to bet those ridiculous pots. So anybody back in then, I can't speak about nothing today, but back then, you could be broke as shit and be in the top fast lane all day with no more than $1,000 in your pocket. And nobody ducking you with the baddest shit around.
Right. What's your thoughts on that, Mr. Garcia?
Same. You know, I matched dogs anywhere from $200 to $5,000, and even some of the people that Bach mentioned that did bet heavy, and sometimes they didn't. You know, sometimes they do it for 500 or 1,000 or 1,500. You know,
right?
Just you know, it wasn't that hard to get your dog hooked up with somebody for whatever price you had. You know, and you know, there was guys that bet a lot. You know, but like I said, even sometimes them guys, they wouldn't bet a lot. It's, you know, you want to get it done. And you can't look at how much your keep's going to cost, or how much your travel is, or how much you paid for the dog, you know, or none of that stuff. You do it for the competition. You do it because you want to win, and you adjust to whatever price somebody had. That's what matters. You know, a lot of times it's not that much the bet, and you can get some of it covered on the side. You know, I did one for not that much money, and the side bets that I got were 3 times what the pot was, you know. Right. So you can do that too, you know. But no, you can get, like Bob said, just take what he said and run with that.
Welcome down, Ram. What's your take on it, man? Is there a way? Because I know I got somebody in my mind, a guy that I knew. He used to use that as like a ducking tactic and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the same that you'll see in boxing.
Right.
Like when the Top Rank tried to pay Danny Garcia $3 million, but gave funky ass Amir Khan $7.
Right.
You know, same shit with that. And I take it a step further and say, if I seen 10 big money shows, I only seen fucking 4 dogs total worth of feeding. You feel me? Meaning most of them big name shows, fucking them dogs suck, bro. You be like, what the hell? This motherfucker make it off your yard? You feel me? Mm-hmm. And you betting this much on this? Man, please. I had a motherfucking school dog that'll smash both of these motherfuckers back to back, you know? But them motherfuckers is going for the big numbers. Like, so yeah, if you do get a chance to see a big money show, don't be surprised if you real disappointed in the shit. Like, you wouldn't feed that shit. You surprised the motherfuckers is working on the one that quit, and the one who won barely won. He only won because the other one quit first. He was about to quit. Shit. They was racing to see who was going to quit first. Right. So, yeah, or you know the wrong people. Just meet some more like-minded motherfuckers, man. Because, you know, most big money dudes, you know, when I was out there, would use the big money to duck or try to get in on a nouveau motherfucker thinking they might got one. You feel me? But most big money dogs suck. It's a very few that's, you know, worth the money betting on them. And a lot of the time, like both the OGs said, them motherfuckers will bet you 500 if you another big bad motherfucker. You know, but ain't got the same big bad motherfucking bag, because it's always about the competition, you know. And to the first question of the show, like I never put the fucking bag before the dog. If fucking you ain't gotta, if you can't afford to lose what you bet, then don't bet that much. You know, always put that dog first because he gonna give his life for you if he love you. You know.
Yeah. Tony Scott says something here. He says the difference between gamblers and dog men. Sometimes,
Motherfucking fact.
Big time.
yeah.
Fact.
And that's I was the guy I was thinking about. I knew this guy back in the 90s, and he was like a half-ass dog man. He was a dog man. I guess I'm not gonna disrespect him. He was a dog man, but he was more so a gambler. He cared more so about getting money, and and the dogs to him was just another means of getting money. But he specialized in the ancient art of heroin. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. But he made hellified money, and he would just make ridiculous bets, and 25,000, 30,000, and all that stuff. And he would deal with other people who were similar to him. But there was an old country boy talked so much shit to him, convinced him to come down and bet for $1,000, and his pride got it there, and that dog got mollywopped, destroyed in 12 minutes.
All day long.
This $25,000 dog got destroyed for $1,000 in fucking 12 minutes, bro.
Yeah, both the OGs just said you done seen some of their best shit. $300 to $500.
Hey.
Some of my best shit I seen was fucking $300 to $500. Like, man, we could rule the world with this. Even the ones I beat, you know, like shit.
Even with Fat Bill that night, when I paid, Parker asked me to show up. Now my first match with Tyrone, the start money was $5,000. Shit, this fourth one in the John Walston, I only walked away with that month for $500. So we ducked nobody, yo. We didn't give a fuck if you wanted to do it for 50 or for 500. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these dudes be saying they got the baddest shit. They picking it. Listen, if you ain't doing a weight and a fucking date, unless it's just two people want to get some champions together, some grand champ. For most time, you picking, man. You picking and choosing. Then a lot of times when you picking dogs that most people already seen the motherfuckers that already know the weak shit to it. A lot of dogs got weaknesses, so if your dog is better at, how they say styles may fight, then it's kind of you pick that opponent. So yeah, you might have said your champion beat that champion, and your grand champion beat that grand champion, but you picked it. You picked that motherfucker. It's scarier when you put the motherfucking weight and date out, and anybody pick that bitch up anywhere in the world. Then that's where you call yourself a fast lane dog man. You ain't no fast lane dog man picking and choosing. That ain't shit. You might as well just sit at home and fuck with the dudes around locally that you whip on. It's no different if you do it fucking across the water, doing the same shit, picking a motherfucker. You ain't that shit I never respect motherfuckers like that. Do a wait and a date and put that motherfucker out there. If a motherfucker come with the money you want to do it for and it's found at the spot, that was all that mattered. But all that picking and choosing shit, that ain't shit. You don't get no brownie points from me. I just looking at some picking and choosing ducking motherfuckers. And they let the money try to big dog a motherfucker. Like I said, if a person got a hell of a dog, that dog don't read no motherfucking goddamn news to know what the fuck your dog's supposed to be. He don't give a fuck about it. And neither do the person that got that's willing to go into that dog. But a lot of motherfuckers try to big dog a motherfucker talking about, well, if you ain't got 50 to 100, then I wouldn't do it. I'm saying that, for those few people that would say do that, they duck it. They ducking real top competition. That's what they doing.
Yes, sir.
Word.
Another question we got here is, has the panel ever or heard of anyone using a human treadmill to condition a dog? Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, those were the first, I would say the first emails that come out. Some of the first ones. They just converted the human emails for a dog to use it, Big, heavy, like they were in the past, Maybe even today, I don't know. I don't go to the gym. I'm too busy smoking. But but yeah, I seen several of them. They just converted the it already has all the stuff on it, the mileage, and you can adjust it and all that. And they just made a setup for a dog to run it. So yeah, you could do that. You know, I don't even know if there probably is, if there's anybody that makes actual emails for dogs. There probably is. I ain't never heard of it. I'm sure there is now. But back then, no, you just converted a human one. You know, some run it flat, some run it on an incline. Then things were heavy, man. You need 4 people to move them damn things. But you know, they did what they did, and it all comes from people that don't have the space to go out and run their dogs, do a lot of road work or something like that. Just like the treadmill itself, you know, live in the town, in city, and you don't want people seeing what you're doing or whatever. So just for that reason, you know, they come up with these contraptions, and that human email was one of them. You know,
Right.
how many people use, you know, they use email, carpet mill, and slat mill. All 3 of them, you know, they all have, depending on how you use it, they have different functions. You know, you want to print on a slat, and you want to build some strength on a carpet, and email, they use it for, instead of walking their dog out, you know, for endurance or cooling them down, they use it for that. There's different methods. You just, you know, adjust it to how you do your key.
Yeah, I seen a video of STP using those back in the day. Let me ask you a question. Let me go to Brother Bach on this one. Does the panel see Redboy dogs as being the standard for getting game dogs?
Hell no, not me. I'm the wrong person. I'm the wrong person to ask about Redboy dog. You know, you know, you hear that enough to where you might want to believe the shit. You know, so a person say the Redboy dogs, you know, if you got some curb problems in your yard, put some Redboy shit in there and it'll help it out. I seen more Redboy dogs cur out than any fucking Eli dogs ever. So I don't know. And I was raised in the I was in the dog shit in the Carolinas where where the Redboy stuff, it ain't nothing but Redboy JOCKO in that motherfucker. And I curved out more Redboy dogs in short order than a little bit. And rolls and matches. Motherfuckers, I ain't never went no hour with none of them motherfuckers. So, no. I've seen, a game dog is a game dog. It's going to come from any line. Somebody could say, oh, well, this dog's is just rough curves. Yeah, but you'll still get a game motherfucker out of it. You know, so, I mean, if you want, there's a couple of lines that I know that I would get gamer shit than Redboy. But, no, I was never a fan of thinking that they themselves was the epitome of fucking gameness. No, hell no.
Right. Yeah.
Facts. Big facts.
Welcome down, Ram. What's your take on that, man?
I gotta agree, man. And you could just look, you know, in history, you see they did the Jeep Redboy cross, and when that started to fall, what they had, the Rascal. They didn't put the Rascal in there for the mouth because Rascal wasn't no hell of a biting dog. You know, Rascal won his shit on Gameless mostly. If you ever get a chance to read his match reports, you know, Rascal is a game kicker. When you want to put some gameness back in, you want to put the bottom in, you add Rascal. Most people think you add Rascal for the mouth, you know. Smart motherfuckers add the Rascal because Rascal himself was game as a motherfucker. So, no, shit, it's like Bach said, it's gonna be dogs that's game in every fucking bloodline. You know, I made it a point to get wild side dogs when everybody was saying them dogs was curs, and them was some of my gamest dogs. You know, some game ass Eli dogs. I don't know where the Eli cur shit came from all of a sudden, but you know, it's game dogs everywhere, bro, in every fucking line. But I don't know. That might have been a selling point. I don't know. I wasn't around at that time when people started telling that lie. You know, they might have had some Redboy dogs that were super game and advertising them and such, but hell no. On my come up, most Redboy dogs was known for biting shit down. You know, not being no game plugs. Them hoes could bite.
Yeah, well, it's some people that swear by, you know, they swear by Redboy. If you lacking a little gameness, and go get you some pure Redboy. But
I'm saying that depending on the strain of Redboy and the dog. You know,
absolutely.
That dog, the strain that's producing game red. We can't just go get any Redboy dog. Like, You know, I love Boomer dogs, but he threw more curves than good ones.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, that's my point. It's like I think it's a lot of marketing. Some people who got a yard full of Red Boy shit or heavy Red Boy shit, they're gonna tell you that the Red Boy is the gamest shit ever and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they gotta sell that shit. They gotta push that line. But you know, I done seen game dogs from everywhere, man. You know, even them fucking alligator dogs that I can't stand. Them big, dirty, ugly motherfuckers. Them shit,
hey, now them bullshit dogs are some game. I done seen a lot of good ass alien bullshit joints. Gamer than a motherfucker. Okay,
fuck yeah.
I take them all day over the Red Boy. But here's the thing. Now here's the other thing to the Red Boy dog. I just said that, but now Red Boy crosses is a whole nother fucking ball game. Okay, so I might not be a heavy Red Boy person, like I'm just heavy on Red Boy, but it makes some of the greatest crosses with Carver shit. You get what I mean? So I'm not just gonna shit on it like it can't produce some of the baddest because it produces great in a lot of dogs, but it's just when a person says they getting that strictly for like I'm gonna put some bottom end in my shit, and I'm sitting up there like shit. Okay, all right. Let's see how that makes out. Let me know when them motherfuckers grow. I was like, let me know when them bitches grow up so I can holler at you. You know. But yeah, they you know, but they cross good. So I ain't gonna just shit on them because that Red Boy JOCKO cross was pretty damn good. The Red Boy Jeep dogs back in the day were pretty damn good crosses. You know, so they cross pretty good with certain dogs.
Yeah, but the pure shit I seen is a long time ago. Shit was the haymaker shit. That was some good game, hard biting, good built shit, you know. But that was late '90s, early 2000s type shit.
Now I hope Bobby Holland don't get mad at me, but it was told to me at my back of my yard. Matter of fact, Perry Powell and all us, I was having a little cookout at my crib. And one of the dudes supposedly told us that the haymaker shit and all them is 3/4 Red Boy, 1/4 Thibodeau. Now don't tell me. But the dude said he knew that personally. He was on the yard, so maybe that might be the reason. You know,
shit, you never man be so many weird shits going in the back of the game, man. I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
hey, I don't know, but I just know that the haymaker shit definitely bit different. And haymaker, the funny shit is, now I called Bobby Holland to get a Red Boy bitch because I had the tightest Jeep motherfucker around, inbred Jeep male. So I just wanted to try to cross, so I called Bobby to get a bitch. But he was like, Bob, man, I got a motherfucking male here that just killed his brother. You know, and I was like, oh, for real? He's like, he's a young motherfucker called Haymaker. So I said, all right, we'll send him too. And then Ronnie, my old buddy Ronnie Dice was like, come on, Bach, you always talk shit about my yard. Let me put some gamers with the card and silver shit. I said, all right, well, you can get it. And so Haymaker, he produced pretty good. I have to give him credit. Plus, he was a bad motherfucker himself. I seen him go. You know, he didn't act like a Red Boy dog. I can tell you that shit.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's crazy. You had a chance to get him. Dog, people be drooling over, you know.
No, they wouldn't have been because his ass wouldn't have got bred much back there. You would have never heard of that motherfucker.
Hey, I feel you. I'm the same way. With our red jack shit, we was only breeding that on the yard. If the homeboy didn't get them, with nobody ever heard of them.
Man, Ronnie sold the shit out of the motherfucking puppies, man. I didn't know he was getting them for a goddamn cash cow, but once he got that motherfucker was fucking so much that his dick had no worth to him. He couldn't get hard in a piece of pussy if he wanted to. So he bred the shit out that motherfucker. Tell him. You know.
Man, oh man.
That's funny.
I don't know what happened to Schoolboy. Schoolboy phone must have died or something. But yeah, man, this was a real good show though, man. We got covered a few things. And Ram, why don't you go ahead and give the people a disclaimer?
As always, none of this shit is intended for, nor should it be used towards any illegal purposes. You is out there using it for that. Like I said last week, that's your motherfucking stupid ass fault for not listening. You out there being dumb, man. Erase all them fucking messages and shit. You talking about illegal shit, dummy. Don't let them find it in your shit. At least let motherfuckers do their job. It's Monday, so get on your job tomorrow, man. Be great at that shit. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. Brother Bach, any last words for the people?
Well, first of all, I'm very upset because we didn't get our theme song played the fuck tonight. I didn't know we was leaving before our theme song.
That's
Wait a minute.
easy work. That's easy work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, the theme song didn't get played.
Money and magic, XXX. Hold up, honey. No, I'm not your hoe or housewife. What you thought this is? It's not personal, it's business. When you see me, I be fancy. Underneath it, I be nasty. Sharing lace off in my panties. Easy access, ain't no scamming. Got me choking while I'm slurping love potion. From the back type, busted wide open. Got some D-cup titties in a bubble butt. Made his dick hard as shit. All I heard him scream was fuck. Give it to me, bear. Pulling on my motherfucking hair. Pretty pussy pink. Knock it out. Put that ass to sleep. Got his wood all in my back. Come in my stomach with all of them racks. Make his dickhead split up cash. Huh? Now give it to me like you want some more. No Tatiana, that's that bottom shelf quality type of hoe. Taste this pussy, you'll eat something that you never had. Put that chain around my neck and choke me till I'm brain dead. Then throw me all of them bands and cash it out to my OnlyFans.
Oh, wait, boy.
Oh my god, yeah, that sends me in a whole nother direction from these dogs. When I leave. It's the dog and me.
I'm gonna
It's the
call
dog.
tonight.
Oh, yeah, call it, man. Call it for me and tell I appreciate it. You understand? And let me just say this to the few people that were trying to holler at me on here. A lot of times I just don't shout because the way it is, a lot of times he do the super chat when we do personal joints so that we can get through all of the questions. But the Big Al, much love. Yeah, it was plenty of the Paladin and Tyrone, and to the other good brother was talking about Mike, and Hammer that I had sent back in the days of Baltimore. Yeah, they were. Yeah, turned out to be a grand champion and champions. They were some good dogs. But yeah, much love to the chat, as always. And last thing, somebody came to me and was like, something like the feds don't go without disclaimer or some shit, and like using 78 or some shit like our shit is like promoting dog. I'm gonna say it again. Shit I'll be talking about. We talking about 80s, fucking 92, 90. I don't give 3 fucks about a fed listening to me talk about that shit back then. You understand? Like the fuck, and then to say what's fictional. So if I come up here and say I fucked 5,000 bitches last night, so I guess they're gonna take that as credible too. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. Right. Anything we say up here, the disclaimer is just with the disclaimer. You can't say nothing to everything unless you had a motherfucker doing something back then and something that was said, you had it, which you can't have, and then say that had to be true. You are full of shit. So for somebody feeling like here on 78 Sports that we are promoting dog fighting or somehow trying to train new up and coming people how to dog fight, a lot of shit we give in conditioning, it's people up here who truly hog hunt. They want to know certain things about how they fix they dogs and all that shit. Ain't nobody came up this bitch telling nothing about, hey, this is what you're supposed to do to elude the police and how to fucking fight a dog. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Yeah, and then like I said before, I worry about that when the feds come and arrest fucking Sammy the Bull Garano and these other mafia members with YouTube pages talking about all the hits they committed and crimes they committed and shit. When the feds come after them, I get worried. Until then, we don't hear talking about historical events and shit like that, giving information. Ain't nobody talking about no current shit. Don't nobody know nothing about current shit.
You're not even allowed to come over here and talk about no current shit.
Right. We don't even let people come over here and talk about current shit. And we ain't doing nothing illegal. So I don't give a fuck if the feds is listening or watching, because in my yard, all my dogs is nice and clean, like a baby's ass. So fuck
them. Same here.
What they gonna say?
Not one tooth been in hand dog. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they can't say shit. I don't give a fuck if they is watching this shit. I got people to Friday night. Nobody worry about that shit. And the people who worried about it, them the motherfucking rats anyway. Oh yeah, y'all talking about this and that. Y'all the motherfucking rats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Leaving all that bullshit in the comments. Ain't nobody thinking about that stupid shit, man. Just sit back and enjoy, get some information and learn from it. If If this ain't for you, then change the fucking channel. You know what I'm saying? Go watch Fox News or some shit. Whatever the fuck you want to do.
There you go.
Stick your dick in the hallway.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, you know, I want to thank y'all for joining us today. Thank the legendary panel. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go subscribe to Schoolboy
Much
channel.
love, man.
And we'll get with y'all next week. We up out of here, y'all. Deuces.
There you go.